There comes a point when the pursuit of money no longer concerns the acquisition of things, but the acquisition of clarity. You begin to see that wealth is not measured in the gold that fills your hands, but in the power to decide what you will not touch, the freedom to refuse, the strength to walk away. That is the true elegance of fortune, not excess but exclusion, not in the abundance of what you possess, but in the scarcity of what can command you. Those who remain enslaved by their hunger will never understand this. They chase endlessly, and even when they hold gold, they tremble, afraid to lose it. But the man who truly understands wealth does not chase. He attracts. He becomes the gravity around which others revolve. You see, wealth is not simply accumulated. It is absorbed. It flows toward order, discipline, and vision, and it flees from chaos, emotion, and weakness. The poor spend to feel powerful for a moment. The rich spend to ensure they never need to feel powerful, because they already are. And so, I learned that to master money is to master self-restraint. Gold bends to those who have already conquered their desires. It is drawn to calm hands, not trembling ones. Those who scream for wealth are never given it. They are too loud. The world distrusts desperation. Fortune prefers whispers. She sits beside the patient, the silent, the cunning. And when she offers her hand, it is never twice. The wise man prepares himself for that moment long before it arrives. He builds his mind into a fortress, his emotions into soldiers, and his time into a weapon. For when fortune knocks, she will not wait for hesitation. She will move to the man already ready. So I say to you, do not waste your days begging for luck. Prepare to deserve it. For money is not a reward for faith. It is a reflection of structure. The rich are not lucky. They are precise. They treat every coin as a soldier, every day as a campaign, every risk as a war. And slowly, with patience that terrifies the impulsive, they conquer what others only dream of. This is why wealth seems to favor the same few, not because the game is rigged, but because most people refuse to learn the rules. They prefer the comfort of complaint over the discipline of mastery. They romanticize struggle, call it virtue, and die poor, proud, but powerless. Machiavelli once wrote that men sooner forget the death of their father than the loss of their fortune. Why? Because wealth is not merely a possession, it is identity. It shapes how the world sees you and how you see yourself. Strip a man of money, and you strip him of the illusion of control. But give him gold, and he begins to believe he commands destiny itself. Such is the seduction of wealth. And yet, those who truly rise above it know money is not the goal, it is the mirror. It reveals who you are beneath the surface. It magnifies your virtues and your vices alike. If you are disciplined, wealth becomes a force of creation. If you are careless, it becomes your undoing. Many men die trying to chase what they were never ready to handle. They win the gold but lose their soul. They rise too fast, and fortune, amused, takes back everything with interest. So be cautious of speed. Build slowly, quietly. For wealth gained too quickly is wealth that still belongs to fortune, not to you. Real wealth is that which cannot be taken, even if the coins vanish. It lives in understanding of people. For every coin passes through their hands first, understanding of systems. For every empire runs on one, and understanding of self. For every decision begins within your own mind. The man who grasps these three will never fall. He will rebuild again and again, as if by instinct. That is true wealth, to not need luck ever again. And yet, the final paradox remains: the closer one comes to complete control, the more one realizes that control itself is an illusion. For time will take everything. Every coin, every name, every empire. Even the richest man will one day stand before death, and death, unlike fortune, cannot be bribed. But here lies the true victory. Not to escape mortality, but to meet it as an equal, to stand before it unafraid, because you have used your time well. You have not begged, you have not bowed, you have not lived as another man's tool. You have built, you have commanded, you have chosen. And in that moment, money fulfills its final purpose, not to buy life, but to allow you to live it on your own terms. Everything else, the gold, the applause, the monuments, is noise, but the silence of a man who ruled himself completely, that silence endures. So let them call you ruthless. Let them say you loved power too much, desired control too fiercely. They will never understand what it means to live without chains. They will never feel the quiet dignity of command, because those who fear money will always serve it. Those who worship money will always be enslaved by it, but those who master it, they walk the earth as if they were already immortal, and perhaps in a way they are. For wealth, when used with wisdom, becomes more than possession. It becomes legacy. It builds, teaches, protects. It becomes the hand that shapes the world long after your own has turned to dust. That is the art of wealth, not to hoard, but to influence, not to shout, but to shape, not to survive, but to endure. In the end, gold will melt, empires will fade, but the mind that understood how to wield them, that is what history remembers. So when you rise, rise not as a beggar with a crown, but as an architect of destiny itself. Let your money be silent, but your presence undeniable. Let your fortune serve purpose, not vanity, and let your name be spoken not as one who was rich, but as one who knew why he sought to be. For in that understanding lies the final freedom, the mastery not of money, but of meaning. And that, my friend, is the closest any man will ever come to conquering time itself.